Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Data Science with Harshit. So from this particular video, I'm starting off the mathematical series on linear algebra. So linear algebra is very important when it comes to understanding machine learning algorithm and especially deep learning algorithms. So I'm going to be releasing a set of videos where we're going to discuss about vectors, different sort of matrices, how to calculate inverse of a matrix. Then we're going to talk about eigenvectors, singular value decomposition. We're going to discuss different types of norms. And at the end, we are going to cover principal component analysis, which is further used for dimensionality reduction. So we're going to start off this particular video by making ourselves familiar with the scalars, vectors, matrices, and tensors, and we're going to learn how do we code them using the package NumPy. So if you haven't watched the NumPy series, I recommend you to go ahead first watch the NumPy series. The link you can find in the description below, and then you can resume with this particular video. All right. So let's start off by discussing some basic definitions of scalars, vectors, matrices, and tensors. So a scalar is basically just a single number. A vector is an array of number that we can have. So this is again a data column that you can look at. Then a matrix is basically an 2D array where we can represent it as a tabular format. So this is a matrix over here, and then we have matrix which has dimension greater than equal to 3 is generally referred to as tensor. The other two, these two are also valid tensors, but just to avoid any sort of confusion, we refer to matrix which has dimension greater than or equal to 3 as tensors. A vector can be represented by an array of numbers, and it is written in lowercase, italics, and bold, the x that you're looking at. And we have numbers going from x1 up till xn. Then a matrix can be represented by a 2D array with multiple rows and columns. So we write it in uppercase. You can look at the left hand side of the equation. A, it is in uppercase, bold, and italics. Basically, you can talk about each element present at first row and first column, and it can be denoted by a1 comma 1. So that's like the notation to specify a particular element present in a matrix. Then we have a matrix with the dimension greater than equal to 3, which we generally call as tensor. So let's try to create a vector and a matrix using Python and NumPy. So I'm using Google Collaboratory Notebook here, and I have imported NumPy as NP over here. And let's try to create a vector which is simply a one-dimensional array. So how do we do that? We simply write x equals np dot array. So we're going to use this array function which allows us to create multi-dimensional arrays. So how can we do? So let's provide 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have provided a list of elements over here. So when we run this, so our array is created, and if you want to take a look at this, so x is basically our one-dimensional array and NumPy array object. Now you can take a look at the shape of this array that you have created. So we have a shape attribute. So this shape attribute basically tells you how many elements are present in one of the dimension. So let's try to create a two-dimensional array. So let's say a equals then np dot array, use the same function, and now we have two-dimensional array. So 1 comma 2, then we can mention 3 comma 4, another list, and then another list of, let's say, 5 comma 6. All right, so let's create this and take a look at what A contains. So our array is basically 1 comma 2, so we have 3 rows over here and 2 columns. So to learn about the shape of A, run a dot shape, and what we get is 3 comma 2. So basically we have number of rows. For a two-dimensional array we have number of rows and number of columns. So the shape of an array is basically telling you the number of values for each dimension. So number of values for each dimension. So this is a 2D array. So we have 3 rows and 2 columns. So now let's talk about transposition of a vector. So when we are talking about transposing a vector, we are basically saying that we are converting the row vector to a column vector, or a column vector to a row vector, basically vice versa. So here in the example you can see that we have a column vector, and the notation is basically the superscript t. So when I am evaluating the transpose of this column vector, it becomes a row vector, which is denoted by the right hand side of the equation, which is a row vector 1 comma 2. Now when we talk about transposing a matrix, so here we are taking an example of a square matrix. Now when it comes to matrices, we are basically saying that we are mirroring the axis of our matrix. So basically our row becomes the column and the column becomes the row. So here you can see that we have 1 comma 3 over here in a column, which have become 1 comma 3 as row on the right hand side, whereas the 2 comma 4 here column has become the row 2 comma 4. So we are mirroring the axis of the matrix. Now if we do not have a square matrix, the idea would still remain the same. The row here 1 comma 2 becomes the column here, and the column 1 3 5 becomes a row, and the same concept is for the other column as well. So you can see that the dimension here is 3 comma 2, 3 cross 2. This is a 3 cross 2 matrix, which has become 2 cross 3 over here on the right hand side. So we have mirrored the axis, and you can basically see that the shape of the matrix, whenever we are evaluating a transpose, it is inverted. So you can see that whenever we have a matrix with shape P cross Q, it is inverted to a matrix with shape Q cross P. So you can see that we have a matrix over here. The shape of this matrix is 3 cross 2. So let's try to transpose a matrix. So we have created a matrix over here, which is A. Now we're going to do, what we're going to do is we are going to transpose this matrix, and we can use the T function from the NumPy library. So how do we do that? So our NumPy array object basically has this T function, and when I run this, so let's store this in another variable a trans, and let's run this. Let's look at a trans now. Alright, so you can see that our array, which was in this shape, has become, so we have inverted the axis, and we have 1 3 5 as row over here, which was earlier as a column in the above A matrix. So A underscore trans, the transposed A matrix, basically has mirrored the axis. Now if we look at the shape of A first, so we had a shape of 3 cross 2, and now if we take a look at the transpose shape, so we have 2 cross 3. So you see that the shape has been inverted. So now let's talk about addition of matrices. So basically you can add two matrices of the same shape. So here we have A and B. So both of them have the shape of 3 cross 2. And if you see, when we add these two matrices, each cell of matrix A gets added to the corresponding element in matrix B, as you can see from the green line in the example, and the sum is basically placed in the resulting matrix C at the same position. And similarly in the other example, you can see Second, the first row, second column, element 2 of matrix A gets added to the first row, second column, 4 element of matrix B, they get added up, and then the result is placed at the same position in the resulting matrix C. Let's see if we have to add a scalar to a matrix, then how do we do that? So NumPy has this special feature called broadcasting, where the scalar, basically, let's say we have a matrix and we want to add a scalar to it. So NumPy, what it does is it extends that scalar to the same shape of the matrix that we are adding it to, and then it adds that scalar to every element of that particular matrix. So this is basically shown in the example over here. So if we are trying to add alpha to all the elements of this matrix A, so alpha is going to be added in this particular manner to each and every element of matrix A. Now if we want to add two matrices of different shape, then NumPy basically checks if it's possible, and it is done using C under the hood. So if you want to add this A, which is of 3 cross 2, and B matrix, which is of 3 cross 1, so when we add this up, so NumPy, what it does is it creates an equivalent matrix which has the same shape as of matrix A, and then the corresponding addition takes place. So let's try to do addition over here in the code. So let's create two matrices first. We have A. Let's create this. So we have 1 comma 2, then 3 comma 4, and then we have 5 comma 6. This is our A. Now similarly, let's create B. Now B, let's add some different elements, 3 comma 6, 4 comma. Alright, so we have created two arrays. Let's run this cell. So we have two basically 2D arrays ready. Now if we simply do A plus B and store it in C, then let's take a look at what is present in C. So we've added these two matrices to 2D arrays basically. So if we look at the result now, so let's also do one thing. Let's add a code cell over here. So this is what A looks like, and this is what B looks like. So we have A, B. So let's check. So we have 1 and 3. So the sum is stored as 4. This is correct. Then let's look at the last element. We have 8 and 6, and the sum is 14. So basically all the elements have been added up, the corresponding elements, and we have the sum stored in the resulting matrix C, resulting 2D array basically. This is not a matrix object, this is a 2D array object of NumPy. Now moving on to adding a scalar. So let's say I want to add 3 to every element of my matrix A. Then if I run this, let's see what we have in C. So A basically is this matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when we have added this scalar 3 to this matrix A, we have 3 added to all the elements, you can see. So this is basically how NumPy is carrying out scalar addition to a matrix. And then let's create another matrix called M, np.array, and let's part 1 comma 2 comma 3. So let's look at M. So M is basically a 2D array, but the shape here is, if we look at the shape, is 3 comma 1, and if we look at the shape of A is 3 cross 2. Alright, now if we do C equals A plus M. Now A and M have different shapes. Now if we check what's present in C, if this is carried out, so yeah, basically the addition of two matrices of different shape has been carried out successfully. So we have A 1 2 3 4 5 6 and M is basically 1 2 3. So if you see, then we have one added to this one and one added to the 2 as well. So we have one added to this entire row, 2 added to the second row, and 3 again added to the third row. So this is how we can add arrays or basically matrices of two different shapes using the NumPy library. So that was all about vectors, matrices, matrix addition, and we learned about broadcasting. So the next video is going to be on multiplication of matrices and vectors, and then we're going to talk about identity and inverse matrices. And I've provided the link to some of the reference resources that you can take a look at. And again, if you found this video useful, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on all the upcoming videos, and feel free to comment down below if you have any queries, thoughts, suggestions, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Till then, stay tuned and keep learning data science with Harshit.